Hey, it is Michael, welcome, and today I can officially say I no longer have a favorite live TV streaming service. My day wasn't going so hot to begin with, the dog spent the day at the vet, and then I looked down at my phone, checked my email, and saw this. Here it is, another streaming TV price hike. Hulu Live TV increasing its monthly rate from $54.99 a month to $64.99 a month, starting in December 2020, December 18th, as a matter of fact. That's a $10 a month price hike. Disappointing? Sure, but surprising? No way. Let's take a look back to almost exactly 1 year ago. So I'm recording this video on November 16th, 2020, but on November 15th, 2019, that is when Hulu Live TV announced a price hike from $44.99 a month to $54.99 a month. And that price hike went into effect on December 18th, 2019. This new one is going into effect December 18th, 2020. Now with this $10 price increase, Hulu with Live TV is going to cost $64.99 per month, the same as YouTube TV. And that's also the same as Fubo TV's most popular bundle, the Family Bundle. And just to be clear, this is the Hulu Live plan, not the on-demand version that is a whole lot cheaper and starts at $5.99 a month. As far as I know, that's going to stay at its current pricing, at least for now. So I'll be honest with you, when Hulu Live TV first launched in 2017, it was my favorite live TV streaming service. The price then, $40 a month, and if you'll recall, YouTube TV actually started at $35 a month. Now, I don't want to pick on Hulu Live TV alone because all the streaming services have been raising their prices over the past few years. But with Hulu Live TV alone, it was $40 in 2017. Now, at the end of 2020, we're talking $65. That is a $25 a month increase. So as customers, we've got two options, stay or go, and I want to talk a little bit about some of the things that you may want to consider before you make that choice. First, let's talk if you're leaning towards staying with Hulu Live with that $65 a month price. You know, Hulu Live is now the #1 streaming service. It has more than 4 million subscribers, so I imagine that there will be a whole lot of people who decide to stick it out with them. Now you have to decide, is the $10 increase worth it? My suggestion is just this. If you're gonna stay, try to look at your other streaming subscriptions. Maybe you have something like a Netflix that you don't need to have year-round. You can always stop and start your Netflix subscription to make up for the $10 increase in the Hulu Live TV. I talk about this in more detail in my video about the #1 mistake that people make after canceling cable TV, so I'll link to that in the description below. If you're thinking about sticking with Hulu Live, just look at the other streaming costs that you have and try to see if you can save a few dollars here and there. Next, if you're thinking about moving on from Hulu Live, I've got another option for you, and it is actually the current streaming setup that I have myself. I switch out streaming services all the time because I review them for a living. What I'm currently doing is this. I've got Sling Blue, which for $30 a month includes live sports, cable news, and some entertainment networks. It is a much skinnier bundle than Hulu Live or YouTube TV, but if it has your channels, that is a lot of savings right there. But one of the reasons why Sling is able to keep its packages a little bit lower than Hulu Live and YouTube TV is because it doesn't include all of your local channels. So what is the solution? First, I have an antenna that hooks up to the back of my TV, but it doesn't get all of my local stations. One of them is missing, so for that I have Locast. It is available in a number of cities and lets you stream your local channels, and it is free, but they ask for a donation, so I give the donation to stop the ads that will pop up, and that is $5.50 a month. So my tally here is $35.50 so far. And as I mentioned, Hulu Live really has been my favorite over the years. So starting a few months ago, I downgraded to just Hulu On Demand, and that way I'm allowed to binge watch all my favorite shows. Right now, I am watching Superstore from the season 1. They've just debuted, I think, season 6 live on air, so I'm able to catch up on that show and many others with the Hulu On Demand service. That is $5.99 a month. So my total is just over $40 a month, and it gives me plenty of TV, live and on demand. And I forgot to mention free streaming services. There's a few that I really like: Pluto, the Roku channel, and new Peacock. It has some pretty good shows on there. They've got some work to do to really expand it out, but that has a free tier, and the others are completely free: Roku channel and Pluto. So if you're looking to reduce your streaming bill, if you think this price hike from Hulu Live is not acceptable, obviously, YouTube TV and Fubo, those are not going to be really great alternatives. Sling TV is really the best one, and I can't say what's going to happen with Sling's prices. Well, if it's just like the rest, we can expect a price hike sometime soon. But again, because of the lack of local channels and the way that the bundles are structured, I think that it's always going to be priced a little bit lower than the rest. So you can always count on a little bit of savings there, and even if you have that antenna, which is free, or Lowcast, you can still be saving money compared to Hulu Live TV. And I guess I should mention the newcomer on the block, that is T-Mobile's T-Vision. It launched in November 2020, but only for T-Mobile customers. It's going to expand to everyone else in 2021, but who knows what the pricing will be at that time. I did a walkthrough of T-Vision. I got to try it out before it launched. I'll link to that video in the description below. You're going to want to check that out because T-Vision does not have a free trial like most of the services, so you can check out my trial to see if it's something that you may want to look at more. I gotta say, these price hikes are really wearing on cord cutters. I hear from you guys every day, and I feel the pain as well because everyone tells me the same thing. I only watch 5 channels. Why do I have to pay for 50, 60, 70 or more? And I've got to say, all the blame doesn't go to the streaming providers or even the cable or satellite providers. The content providers have a role in this too, because they're the ones who are saying, if you carry this channel, you need to carry all these other ones too. It's all in the contracts between the content providers and the streaming providers or the cable and satellite operators. My hope is that one day consumers will get what they want, the ability to pick and choose the channels that they want to pay for. But in the meantime, the best we can do is shop around. And back to my first tip, if you're deciding to stay with Hulu Live TV, start and stop your other subscriptions or your Hulu Live TV subscription if you can, because every little bit will help to reduce your overall streaming bill. So you gotta tell me what you're thinking. Will you stay with Hulu Live TV or will you go? Let me know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, please like it and consider subscribing to my channel. I talk a lot about streaming TV services, cheap phone plans, credit cards, as well as general money tips. I'm looking out for your money on this channel. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.